Hello class, and welcome to section 10.2b, which is about the volume of cylinders. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to find the volume of cylinders. A cylinder is a 3D figure with two circular bases. So up top, there's going to be a circle, and on the bottom, there's going to be a circle. The equation for the volume of a cylinder is going to be pi times the radius squared times the height. So for our purposes, we're going to be doing the volume is equal to 3.14 times the radius squared times the height. Again, in this parentheses part, that's the area of that bottom or top circle, and then we're multiplying by the height of the cylinder. So, first example, a container of salt is cylindrical, which is the adjective for cylinder. The container has a height of 150 millimeters and a radius of 40 millimeters. What is the volume of the container? So we're going to set up and we're going to say volume is equal to, in parentheses, 3.14, so that's pi, times your radius squared, which is going to be 40 squared, that's all in parentheses, and then multiplying by 150. And that is going to give us a volume of 753,600 millimeters cubed, because our volume always has cubed labels. Go ahead and try this one on your own. So we've got volume is equal to 3.14 times that radius of 2 squared times the height of 3, giving you a volume of 37.68 feet cubed. Next, we have a trash can that is cylindrical. Again, a cylinder is shown with a height of 3, so our height is 3 here, and now we have a diameter, so going all the way across is 1.5 feet. So the first thing we're going to need to do, if they give us a diameter, is we need to figure out the radius. So the radius is half of the diameter, so 1.5 cut in half, which is going to give me 0.75 feet for my radius. Then I'm going to go ahead and plug that into my volume equation, saying volume is equal to, in parentheses, 3.14 times my radius of 0.75, and that's going to be squared, and then times my height, which is 3. And my volume then for this, when you get the answer out of the calculator, it's going to be 5.29875. Now we always want to make sure we're rounding to 2 decimal places, so to that 100th place. So if I look here at the 9, the 8 tells me to round that 9 up to 10, which then rounds the 2 up to 3. So my final answer for the volume is going to be 5.30 feet cubed as my answer for the problem. Go ahead and try this one on your own. So to find the radius, we cut the diameter in half, plug it into our equation, and we get a final volume of 301.44 centimeters cubed. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we can find a height value if we are given the volume. So it says the volume is 226.2 centimeters cubed, and the diameter is 6 centimeters. Since they give us a diameter, our first step is going to be to find that radius. So I'm going to take my diameter and cut it in half, which is going to give me 3 centimeters for the radius. Now, in order to find this missing height, we're going to go ahead and say the volume, which is 226.2, is going to equal 3.14 times my radius, which is 3 squared, and then times the height. So inside this parentheses, we have all numbers, so we can solve that. So into your calculator, you would do 3.14 times 3 squared, and that's going to simplify our equation to 226.2 is equal to 28.26 times that height. Then in order to solve for the height, we need to undo that multiplication. In order to undo multiplication, we're going to use division. So we're going to divide both sides by 28.26 8.26 to get rid of that value in front of h. And when you do that, you are going to get an answer that the height is equal to 8.0042, and that decimal keeps going. So when we round, we look here, and that 4 tells us to keep it at 0. So we're going to say our height is equal to 8.00 centimeters. Go ahead and try this one on your own. They already give you the radius, so you can just go ahead and plug it straight into that volume formula. When you do 3.14 times 6 squared, you're going to get 113.04. You need to divide by that on both sides, and you get a final answer of the height is equal to 11 yards. If you have questions about this or anything else from the lesson, please feel free to reach out and let me know.